A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone! Welcome back for day 2 of our A+ article on culture shock. I'm Kat.
I'm Reese.
And we yesterday started learning about how to eat at a formal dinner.
Yes, and how to use chopsticks and all the different kinds.
Yes, and well, I guess when the soup come.
Yes.
That was the last thing.
Not at the beginning, but at the end of the meal.
Well, she didn't say at the end. She just said he was wrong.
Right, okay.
For saying it was the beginning.
That's right. But she said it in quite an angry way. I seem to
Wrong!
hitting the table with a book.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, very scary.
Well, our warm-up question for the day is going to be, what are some important rules for eating politely?
Okay, I think one that I can think of that is probably the same in most places in the world is not chewing with your mouth open.
Yes.
That's gross.
It is
Don't
gross.
do it.
It's noisy and then food comes out and gets everywhere and it looks disgusting.
Yeah.
I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
I think another one probably would be no burping.
In some places it's polite.
Really?
Yeah, if you burp after a meal, it shows you enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep burping then.
Blech.
I'm not. So there are many rules for eating in different countries. Sometimes they're different, but generally I think everybody can agree to be polite and clean and...
Yeah, as long as you all agree on the rules and follow the rules, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So those are some of the rules for eating politely. Of course, it's different between the UK and Taiwan. So that's why Simon is learning from Lucia. So let's find out what she teaches him next.
Culture shock! Simon learns to eat. Warm-up question. What are some important rules for eating politely? Simon is still imagining he's at school, and Lucia is his teacher.
The soup comes last.
Simon stops imagining.
In the UK, the soup is a starter. It comes with some bread.
Simon remembers being in a nice restaurant eating soup.
Super!
The memory ends.
In Taiwan, soup usually comes at the end of the meal. Appetizers are often cold dishes here.
Simon thinks about ice cream.
Not ice cream.
How did you know?
I know you well. Now, here's another thing to remember. After you put your food on your plate, what happens next?
I start eating?
No, you should wait for your elders to eat first. Then you can start.
In the UK, we wait until everyone has their food.
That's a good rule. Okay, I think you're ready to go.
Simon gets ready to leave.
Word power!
Bread. Bread. Joni took 2 pieces of bread out of the bag and made a sandwich. Joni took 2 pieces of bread out of the bag and made a sandwich. Ice cream. Ice cream. I love to eat ice cream on hot days. Chocolate is my favorite kind. I love to eat ice cream on hot days. Chocolate is my favorite kind. Elder. Elder. Be polite to your elders because they have more experience than you do. Be polite to your elders because they have more experience than you do. Until. You can't play computer games until you finish your homework. You can't play computer games until you finish your homework.
Okay, how do we begin?
We're going to begin by carrying on from where we left off yesterday, and we are going to see Simon. And he is still imagining that he's at school and that his friend Lucia, girlfriend Lucia, is his teacher, and she's a pretty strict teacher. So Lucia says, in response to the previous article, the soup comes last.
Okay, it does come last.
It does come at the end of the meal.
All right, so Simon is like, oh, she's my teacher. Oh, she's a mean teacher. And then he stops imagining. He's just like, okay, let's back to real life. He says, in the UK, the soup is a starter. It comes with some bread.
That's true.
That's true in America too. Yeah. So starter or appetizer. Appetizer is a word you'll hear later, but they mean the same thing. It's just that they come from different parts of English. So starter is more in the UK, appetizer is more in the US. So it's basically the smaller dish that comes out first to kind of get your mouth and your stomach ready for the big meal or the entree. Although sometimes appetizers in the US are bigger than the entree.
Yeah,
they're huge.
I was traveling in the US and I would only order an appetizer because it was big enough.
Sometimes I do that too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get an entire plate full of chicken. Yeah, and that's all you need.
Save some money.
Right. So anyway, but we're talking about smaller plates here. So, and we're talking about soup as an appetizer or a starter, and it comes with bread. So bread is our first word power word, and it is a noun spelled B-R-E-A-D. Bread! What is bread? Let's find out. When we talk about bread, we're just talking about 面包. That's it. That's what bread is. So there can be any kind of bread. As you know, bread is more often eaten in the West than in the East. Rice is more common here, but bread is more common in Europe. So you can have any kind of bread. There are many. European style bread is usually very round and fluffy, but it might also be crunchy on the outside, like a baguette, like French bread. Here's a fun fact. The bread that you get with soup, when you get soup first, is to get the last bits of soup out of the bowl. It's like a spoon that you can eat. And that's what I do every time I get soup or pasta. I save the bread for last and then I soak up all the stuff and eat the bread. It's fun. Anyway, here's an example sentence for bread. Joni took 2 pieces of bread out of the bag and made a sandwich. Joni took 2 pieces of bread out of the bag and made a sandwich.
I love a sandwich, and I'm especially passionate about them because they are from the UK.
That's true. Well, kind of. Yeah, but yes, they are popular everywhere now, I would say.
They are. And even in Asia, you can find sandwiches now in most supermarkets or convenience stores.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love a sandwich right now. Well, the article's going to continue, and we are going to see Simon remembering being in a nice restaurant eating soup. And then Simon says, super.
Super.
Super. I love this word. It's so positive.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, super is usually an adjective that means very good or excellent. But sometimes we can just use it as an expression or a response to something somebody has said. So using it this way, super means good, great, or okay. It's a sign that we agree and that we are happy.
Super.
Super.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like 太棒了.
Yeah.
Yeah.
很棒.
Yeah. All right, so super, the soup is super, ha ha ha. So anyway, and then he stops the memory and Lucia goes on to say, in Taiwan, soup usually comes at the end of the meal. Okay, so when she says here usually, she's talking about it happens most of the time. Doesn't mean it happens 100% of the time. It's not always, it's just most of the time, usually. It's very common, but not always this way.
And then the article is going to continue with Lucia, and she says, appetizers are often cold dishes here.
Okay.
Okay, so I think there are two things that we should talk about. But before that, I want to talk a bit about Taiwanese appetizers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the little cold dishes, right? Sometimes you get the peanuts.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Or the cucumber.
Or kimchi.
Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to start a meal with something cold. So appetizers are those small plates of food that you get at the beginning of the meal. We talked about this earlier, right?
Yeah, with starters.
Starters. So starters and appetizers are pretty much the same thing. And the reason that they are so small is that you shouldn't get full before the main course arrives. But sometimes, like Kat said, they are pretty big.
Yeah.
And then we had another word here, which was the word often. And the word often is used to mean frequently or a lot of the time. If you do something often, it means you do it many times.
Yeah, but not as much as usually, right?
Yeah, I think
usually is kind of like maybe 6 out of 7 days, but often would be
4 or 5?
Yeah. Okay, so the article goes on, and Simon is thinking about these cold appetizers, and I don't think he's eaten in Taiwan much because do you know what he thinks of? Ice cream.
Oh, now I'm thinking of ice cream.
Yeah, he's thinking about ice cream, and Lucia, as though she can read his mind, goes, not ice cream. Not ice cream. But what is ice cream? I guess we want to know. So ice cream is our next word power word, or word power words, since it's 2 words. So it's a noun spelled I-C-E with a space and C-R-E-A-M. Ice cream. Let's find out what is ice cream. We love ice cream. I don't know anybody who doesn't like ice cream. So this is made up of 2 words. It's from ice, which is cold, solid water, of course, like you put in your glass when you want to make it cool, and then cream, which is thick, sweet milk. So you put those 2 things together and you get ice cream, 冰淇淋, a delicious dessert that most people really like, but usually it's after the meal, it's not an appetizer. Simon must really like ice cream to think that you would eat some before you get a meal. There are other kinds of ice desserts like this. There's sorbet, which uses less milk. There's shaved ice, which doesn't use any milk at all. Then there's gelato, which is an Italian kind of ice cream, which is really nice and smooth. There are lots of nice icy treats. So here's an example for ice cream. I love to eat ice cream on hot days. Chocolate is my favorite kind. I love to eat ice cream on hot days. Chocolate is my favorite kind.
Now I really, really want to eat ice cream.
Me too. I'm actually kind of hot, and so it sounds really good.
You know, I have a kind of very quick, funny story about ice cream. When I first came to Taiwan, you know, sometimes you're in your apartment and you hear a noise outside. It sounds like what I thought was an ice cream truck.
I know what you're talking about.
It's not an ice cream truck. I ran outside and it was a garbage truck.
Yeah, I think I did the exact same thing.
I was so sad.
Yeah, because garbage trucks here sound like ice cream trucks in the US.
That's right.
And in the UK.
That's right.
Yeah.
So disappointed. Well, the article does continue, and we've got a picture of Simon, who is very surprised.
Oh?
Yeah, I think he's surprised that Lucia was able to read his mind.
Yeah.
So Simon says, "How did you know?"
And Lucia just says, I know you well.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, she does know him well.
They must be very close.
Yeah, I mean, they go out probably for ice cream a lot, so maybe she knows that he just really, really likes ice cream.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the article continues, and Lucia continues speaking. She says, "Now, here's another thing to remember." Okay, so she's going to tell him something else.
What's it gonna be? Okay, she says, after you put your food on your plate, what happens next?
Okay, so
that's a good question.
It is a very good question. Do you immediately start eating, or is there something else that happens? I think maybe we'll find out.
I don't know. Some people pray.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, the article is going to tell us, and we've got a picture of Simon, who is thinking, and then he says, "I start eating." So he thinks that you just start eating.
Oh.
Oops, he seems very eager here. He said he should start eating. And so let's talk about a grammar point here. We can put the word start before almost any ing verb to talk about beginning doing that action.
Yes.
So, for example, I will start exercising tomorrow. I say that every day. Or start writing your tests when you hear the bell.
So not start write. Not start, well, you could say start to write. But I think start writing is the best one.
Yeah, make sure that verb has the ing.
ing. Yep. All right. So you start eating. Is he right? Lucia shakes her head. She says, no, you should wait for your elders to eat first. Then you can start.
Right.
Okay, so first your elders have to eat. So that means the people, well, we're going to find out what it means. Let me get to the spelling first. It's E-L-D-E-R. Elder is a noun. Let's find out what it means. Your elders are people older than you. Often there are people who are older adults, so like maybe 50 years old or more. So when you're at work or at school, people who work or are in class with you, they're not your elders. Not necessarily, they're your seniors because they are above you in a rank. So elders talks about age. It's older, not higher ranking. Elders are actually very important in Taiwan. You hear the phrase respect your elders a lot, which means that they want you to, kind of listen to the people who are older than you because they're supposed to have more experience and know better about life than you do. So that's why your elders often go first. Here's an example sentence for elders. Be polite to your elders because they have more experience than you do. Be polite to your elders because they have more experience than you do.
I think, having lived in Asia for quite some time now, I like the way that Asian cultures like China and Taiwan, they really care about their elders in a way that I think maybe we don't so much in the West.
Yeah, I think we care about our elders, but sometimes we don't really give them the honor that they give them over here.
That's right.
Yeah, so.
Well, the article is going to continue and Simon is going to say, in the UK, we wait until everyone has their food.
Yeah,
we
do the same in America.
It's pretty important, right? I think it's considered rude to start eating before everybody has gotten their food.
Yeah, even casual meals, I think this is true.
Yeah, you better just wait until everyone has it. So the word power word we're looking at here is the word until, and it's a conjunction, and it's spelled U-N-T-I-L, until. Let's talk about this word. Until is a word that means up to that time. It's a little complicated to explain, but very easy to use this word. You can keep doing thing A up to the time until thing B happens, or up until a certain time. Then A must stop. Let me give you an example. I was sleeping comfortably until a loud bang woke me up. So I was sleeping first, then the bang happened, and then I was not sleeping. So I was sleeping until the bang. Another example. I will keep playing video games until 10 p.m. So an example sentence using until could be, you can't play computer games until you finish your homework. You can't play computer games until you finish your homework.
Yeah, so Lucia hears that Simon says you wait until everyone comes and gets their food, everyone has gotten their food, then you eat. She says, that's a good rule. I agree. I think it's a good rule. When everybody has gotten their food, then you can eat. And she says, okay, I think you're ready to go. So he's all dressed. He's learned about chopsticks. He's learned about soup. He's learned about plates. What else has he learned about? Maybe
the two different kinds of chopsticks.
Yeah.
And even he already knew something which was about waiting for everybody to have their food. So,
yeah. Although you wait for your elders to eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's learned a lot today, and now it seems that Simon is ready to leave.
Yay! Go, Simon!
Yes, we
you
like
can do
Simon.
it.
So before we get to our review activity, we are going to hop over to the magic box.
Magic Box 找亮点。
Hello， 大家好，我是 Peggy。新学期新希望，学期刚开始，大家应该都有一些期许、期待吧？ I started playing guitar this semester. 我这学期啊，开始弹吉他咯。虽然目前为止我还是弹得蛮烂的，但是呢，没有关系。目前为止我的邻居还没有抗议。那我们先不要管我邻居会不会哪天来敲门抗议。开始 start 这个字的用法你们学会了吗？不要担心，今天 Peggy 我就来简单解析给你们听。Start S-T-A-R-T 这个单字可以当动词，也可以当名词。我们今天要教的是当动词的用法。Start 当动词的时候，后面可以接动名词 V-I-N-G， 也可以接 to 加 V 加原形动词，意思其实是一样的，都是开始做某件事情的意思。例如说 I started learning English when I was in elementary school. 我国小的时候开始学英文。通常 start to 加原形动词，或是 start 加 V-I-N-G 动名词是可以互换的。比如说 I started to play guitar 跟 I started playing guitar 意思差不多，都是开始弹吉他的意思。或是像这样子 Josh starts to eat his dinner 跟 Josh starts eating his dinner 意思也是一样的，都是开始吃晚餐这个动作的意思。Start 除了当动词以外，还有当名词的用法。当名词的时候，代表的呢也是开始，跟 beginning 这个字有一点点像。比如说，我们就可以说 I didn't trust him from the start. 我从一开始就不信任他。另外呢，我们也可以说 from start to finish. 这个片语呢，就是从头到尾的意思。This trip is a total disaster from start to finish. 这趟旅程简直就是彻头彻尾的灾难。哎，好啦，说了这么多呢，最后来考考大家要怎么用 start 动词来造下面这个句子吧。Danny 打开收音机之后，收音机开始播放优美的音乐。The answer is the radio started playing beautiful music after Danny turned it on. 或者是 the radio started to play beautiful music after Danny turned it on. 你答对了吗
？Wait for it. It's review time. 复习时间到喽。
All right, here we are for review time. We are going to play Spaceman.
Love this game.
It's Hangman, but nobody gets hanged. So it's good. Nobody has to die. You just get taken up by aliens.
Whoop.
Yeah, so we're going to end up drawing an alien ship. So to play Hangman or Spaceman, of course, you have to think of a word and then draw all the blanks for the word. So let me... Okay.
So it's going to be one of our words
Yes.
from the article, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm going to start guessing some letters, and I think...
Wait. I changed my mind.
She's changed her mind.
I changed my mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So we've got a 5-letter word here. I always start playing Spaceman by guessing a vowel. So
Okay.
I'm going to go for the letter A.
A is there.
Yes.
I don't even know if I'm going to get to draw my spaceship.
Yes. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, I'm going to be nice and guess a letter that probably isn't there. X.
X is not there.
Yes. I mean, no, that's bad.
Oh dear, oh no.
Okay, I'm ready to get abducted. Let's go for another letter. Let's say M.
M? No M.
Uh-oh, looks like I'm going to space. How about another vowel? Let's have an E.
Yes, there's an E.
Yes. Excellent. And also, whenever I play...
I think if you were playing this for real, you would have guessed it by now.
Right. Whenever I play this game, I like to guess the letters that are in my own name. And I only have 3 letters in my name.
Okay.
Let's go with R.
R is
Okay.
there.
I think I know what this word might be. Have you guys guessed it at home?
I'm sure they have.
It's something you eat. It's soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside. It's bread.
It's bread.
Yes.
I still want to draw my spaceship, so I'm going to draw my spaceship. It goes like this, and like this,
So
and
cute.
like this, and like this. And then there's a little man inside with some antennas.
Oh,
And he's
cool.
looking at you.
So he's an alien and he's ready to take us away into space.
Yes. The word is bread.
Bread! Do we have time for one more? No,
I don't think we do. Yeah, it takes a while to draw. But you guys can play this. You can maybe think of a sentence that you can play it with.
Yeah?
Not just a word.
There are many more words that we've got from the article that you guys can play with at home. If you've got pen, paper, or a whiteboard, you can play with your friends.
Yep. All right. So from us and our spaceman, that's all the time we've got for today. We will see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Culture shock! Simon learns to eat. Warm-up question. What are some important rules for eating politely? Simon is still imagining he's at school, and Lucia is his teacher.
The soup comes last.
Simon stops imagining.
In the UK, the soup is a starter. It comes with some bread.
Simon remembers being in a nice restaurant eating soup.
Super.
The memory ends.
In Taiwan, soup usually comes at the end of the meal. Appetizers are often cold dishes here.
Simon thinks about ice cream.
Not ice cream.
How did you know?
I know you well. Now, here's another thing to remember. After you put your food on your plate, what happens next?
I start eating?
No, you should wait for your elders to eat first. Then you can start.
In the UK, we wait until everyone has their food.
That's a good rule. Okay, I think you're ready to go.
Simon gets ready to leave.
Word power!
Bread. Bread. Joni took 2 pieces of bread out of the bag and made a sandwich. Joni took 2 pieces of bread out of the bag and made a sandwich. Ice cream. Ice cream. I love to eat ice cream on hot days. Chocolate is my favorite kind. I love to eat ice cream on hot days. Chocolate is my favorite kind. Elder. Elder. Be polite to your elders because they have more experience than you do. Be polite to your elders because they have more experience than you do. Until. Until. You can't play computer games until you finish your homework. You can't play computer games until you finish your homework.